Hey everyone, this is TechZone13 and today I'm going to be doing a performance review on the Li-Ning Devil Mids. So as you guys can see, here are the shoes. I picked these up from Aliexpress for about 60 Australian dollars, which I believe was around 45 US at the time. I got this like about 2 months ago, so yeah, I've already tested them on court, and yeah, I'll be giving you guys a performance review on how they performed. And yeah, so these shoes came out in two colorways. There was like a light blue / green colorway, and then there was these, which were like a black / red colorway. It's like a really bright red. You guys probably can't see. I think on camera it looks kind of like pinkish, but it's actually a really bright red. And this part is like orange. And yeah, overall, I like the actual design of the shoe. I think they look really nice. They look pretty simple, and you know, quite like the design. So yeah, so getting into the performance review, let's take a look underneath the shoe. So here's the traction pattern, and this traction pattern actually was really good on court. I'm not really sure what you would call this. I guess it's just like a bunch of arrows going forward and backwards that are like attached together, but here's the traction pattern. They worked really well on a you know, an average indoor court. It's one of those like recreational courts, you know, that are like, they're not like shiny or like super clean, but you know, they're kind of dusty, and yeah, but they're not like overall like extremely dusty. They're just, you know, they've got, I guess, bit of dust in them, and you know, they don't really have that shine. So yeah, the traction was really good. I had no problems at all, and yeah, no complaints with the traction. You know, after like a long period of time, you may want to give it a wipe, but you know, I didn't really need to. But yeah, on an average court, this traction held up really well. It was really good. It didn't give you that squeak noise, but it just worked for you. So if you wanted to stop, it would stop. There was like no slippage or anything. I didn't really experience any slippage. Maybe a really minor one here and there, but overall the traction was really good, and yeah, especially on an average court, it held up pretty well. It is, you know, pretty soft rubber, so I wouldn't use it outdoors. But yeah, there's the traction. Again, pretty good traction. And yeah. So here is the cushioning. This shoe actually featured Li-Ning's new cushioning technology known as the Cloud. So yeah, so the cushioning is, you know, called the Cloud. It doesn't really feel like running on a cloud. It's actually, there's nothing all that special about their cushioning system. It does feel soft on the outside, but you know, it, like you don't really feel anything, like no like responsiveness or like sort of like a bounce to it. There's nothing really special. It pretty much just absorbs shock, and you know, it feels alright. It's nothing really fancy. I didn't really understand the hype about, you know, their cushioning system, because there was nothing really all that special about it. It didn't feel all that special. Here's like some tags that came in it when it arrived. So this one just showing you their cloud technology. I don't know what it's saying, but you've got obviously something, you got it featured mainly in the heel area, and there's like a symbol there. I believe that is a symbol for a cloud in Chinese. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah. So cushioning, you know, it wasn't all that great. It wasn't bad, but there was nothing really special about it. It just absorbed shock, I guess, and it felt alright. You know, it felt kind of soft, but it, you know, it wasn't rock hard or anything, but it was alright. I must say that it was alright, but again, nothing really special about it. Kind of let down by the cushioning, but yeah, it was, again, it was alright, so can't really complain there. So overall, the materials of the shoe, unfortunately I actually don't really know the materials, so I can't actually tell you guys what it is, but you know, I can tell you this part out here is kind of like a rubbery type of material. I don't know, it just feels a bit like rubber, I guess, like a soft rubber, but I don't think it is, but it just feels like it. Oh yeah, and also it features their new ultra shell technology, which is I believe it's these grooves here, so for like breathability and stuff. So yeah, and at the back there's like this synthetic piece that I see on a lot of shoes. So yeah, it's kind of like this shiny piece. So yeah, so this is the ultra shell technology. I'm not exactly sure what it is. I think it's just like flexible and stuff, and breathable. So yeah, moving on to the next thing, ventilation. These shoes were, I think, pretty breathable. I mean, you know, I didn't really care about breathability all that much, but yeah, I must say they were pretty breathable, because you know, you've got like mesh underneath these grooves, and you got like mesh in the tongue, so I guess they were pretty breathable in the end. And yeah, no issues with that at all. I'll give you guys a look at the back. So you just got the Li-Ning logo and some random symbol here. I don't know what this is, but it's got like a texture to it. So the next thing I want to talk about is lockdown and fit, and I must say this was probably the worst part of the shoe. The lockdown, it was pretty terrible. It was actually sloppy. It didn't really like give that I guess that snug, you know, fit on your feet, but it was pretty sloppy. Like my foot was like moving, you know, up and down. It didn't really lock it down at all. And I did order my size, which was, I don't know if you guys can see, it's a size 10 US, and it was, you know, I guess it's the perfect size. I could have gone 9.5, but my toes are like right here, so you know, I don't want to get anything smaller than a 10, so it wasn't really a sizing problem. It's just, I don't think that the lockdown was all that good, because I believe your foot is sitting over here, so, or somewhere here, so there was just too much space. You know, this part, I don't know, was just too far out from my foot, so it just kind of like, you know, my foot just kind of like slid up and down, so that wasn't great. But yeah, but I've managed to fix it anyway. What I've done is just I purchased one of those like cheap insoles from like the shop, and I put it underneath the original insole, and yeah, so it's kind of like a double layer insole, and it looks like my camera's about to Sorry about that, guys. Camera memory card just ran out. But what were we talking about again? Oh yeah, so yeah, heel lockdown wasn't all that great. I did purchase, like I said, another insole from a store for like $5, and you know, I just put it underneath the original insole, and yeah, so there's like a double layer insole in there to make my foot sit a bit higher up. And the other thing was to use lockdown lacing. So it's like a certain technique of lacing shoes to prevent heel slippage and stuff. So yeah, overall after that it was completely fine, but you know, kind of disappointing that they had the issue in the first place. But you know, I managed to resolve it, and the shoes are completely fine now. So once again, the shoes are pretty good. I would give them like probably a 7 out of 10, a 7.5 out of 10. They were alright in the end. Now I have like absolutely no issues with them. You know, I do like the look of them. Here you've got like a heel notch pillow, and I'll give you guys a quick look around the shoe. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. The shoes are like kind of heavy. You know, they were pretty light when I got them, but after putting some insoles in, you know, they did get a little bit heavier. But you know, they're not extremely lightweight. They're a bit more on the heavier side, but you know, I don't mind that. Yeah, I would recommend definitely picking these up from Aliexpress. They're pretty cheap, they're pretty good shoe, except for that, you know, slippage that I had. But after, you know, lockdown lacing and putting an extra insole in, they're completely fine. Great shoes. Yeah, definitely recommend you guys to buy these. And you know, like I said, if you have the problem, you know, just get another pair of insoles and use lockdown lacing. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys got any questions, please feel free to ask in the comment section, and I'll try to answer them. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys found it helpful. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.